Hey there, Firewood friends. Mike with K&L Firewood, and today I got all kinds of things going on. First thing we're going to do is clean out this boiler. I started it October 27th. Today is December 20th, so almost 2 months, and I've yet to clean it out. There's a pretty big stash of ashes in there. I'll get you a close-up before I do it, and you're not going to have to sit through the whole video of me just shoveling this stuff in and out. If anything, I'll turn it up on the speed so you don't have to sit through that. According to the weatherman, we have got some accumulation of snow coming and some pretty high wind. So I'm kind of nesting a little bit, trying to prepare for some pretty bad weather. It's going to get really cold. It's going to snow. Some people are saying between 8 and 10 inches. Wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour. Usually when they predict that, we get 1 or 2 inches and, you know, it's 20 or 30 miles an hour. So I don't know. I'm hoping for 1 or 2, but we'll probably get dumped on it, which is probably going to put a kibosh on my log splitting videos and chainsaws and things like that. Because once we get 8 or 10 inches of snow on the ground, if it seems to stick around for a while, I'm not traipsing through that to make firewood for myself or anybody else. So the next thing on the agenda are these walnut logs. Now, you can see some of them are marked. The guy came out and scaled them up. There are 28 logs here. There are 12 more over at Jason's of similar size. He scaled this up and said there was 720 board feet. I think that's what he said. 720 board feet here. Most of them are 6 to 8 foot long. Some of them are, 20 inches around. Maybe a skosh over that. None of them are smaller than 11 inches. So even the small ones are 11 inches, which is what he said he wanted. And so at the bottom of the video, leave me a comment and tell me what you think these plus the ones over at Jason's are there. So there's 28 here, 12 over there. That makes 40 logs of similar size. 720 board feet here. I don't know what's at Jason's if we want to say half of that. So there's 300 over there. So maybe 1,000 board feet altogether. I don't know. That's an estimation. But in the comments below, leave me your guess. Now at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you what he offered me. So be sure to leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think these logs are worth. And I will tell you what he offered me at the end. Now, for a special bonus, I'm going to give you some YouTube points for this, okay? I've got them set aside. They're special for you, but you have to guess the dollar amount on the dollar, okay? And here's what's up for grabs. 1,322 YouTube points you can use anywhere on YouTube you'd like. Psst, YouTube points aren't real. It's something I made up. So don't get all excited, okay? If you can guess the dollar figure that they offered us for these logs. Now again, 1,322 YouTube points are at stake here. Here's the ash accumulation, 2 months worth. It's probably 8 inches deep here in the front. We'll scrape it all out and get rid of it. And there you go, cleaned out as best as I'm gonna get it today. Now, what do I do with these ashes? I've got a hole in the back of the property. I don't think I've ever showed you guys. So I'll take you back there. It's where I throw all my junk. There's some hot coals in here. I don't really care. Throw it right in the hole. If it burns, it burns. If it doesn't, I'll burn it some other day. All right, so back here past the shooting range and all my empty IBCs, there's a hole. We'll drive back there. So here it is, the hole. If I've got stuff in here I don't want to split or mess with, like that big thing right there. All the scraps that I collect off the splitter come over here in those totes. I usually dump them on the ground. I usually flip the tote upside down right there on the ground and then shove everything in with the bucket. But we'll dump these ashes maybe over there on that, see if we can get it going. Like I say, if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So this is all I have left for us this winter. So as all you know, this firewood thing has just gone bonkers this year. In the middle of filming this, I went out and helped a guy, bought the $65 rack and the $25 stack, and that's all I've got out there. The last stuff, the oldest stuff I've got out there is measuring about 30% on the inside. So I'm gonna say maybe February it's gonna be ready. I don't know, we'll see. I've got one basket of really old stuff I'm gonna deliver on Thursday, but that guy ordered it super earlier this year and just said, hey, don't bring it to me until we're about to have a cold snap. And well, we're about to have a cold snap, so he wants it on Thursday. That'll be it for sales this year. What else has happened over the last few days is I had one guy earlier this season come by and buy 4 of these baskets. And then I did my last video and said, I'm not selling any more. And he called and said, hey, I need 4 more baskets. So I got to looking and I had, I think 10 baskets out there that I have made for next year. I thought, well, if I move those 10 up, sell him 4 of this older stuff, I should still be okay. So I brought all those up and sold him 4 more baskets. In the meantime, I had a guy call with a boiler and said, hey, I need some junk. I just need whatever you got that'll burn. I said, well, I've got some old logs I might be able to process. He said, that works. Bring me 2 trailer loads. So I split and put into the dump trailer, right from the splitter into the dump trailer, and delivered 2 dump trailer loads to him of old stuff. I would have recorded it. Actually, I did record a little bit of it. I'll put it here in the in this video. But my tripod fell, it was super windy, fell and snapped. So put a kibosh on the filming. Anyway, all that to say that this has just gone bonkers. I'm increasing my price as of January 1st. My face cords are going to 140. My half of face cords are going to 75. These baskets are going to 60. Bundles are going to $6 a piece. And I haven't put a price tag on that chunk wood yet. I'm not even sure I have a market for it. So one thing I did think, and you guys can tell me about this, I thought about getting the biggest bags I could get and filling them up with good smoking wood. And I've done some research on smoking wood. The fruit trees, right? I also talked to Anthony over at Ontario Firewood Resource. And he said, yeah, any of the fruit trees are pretty good. So I'm got a tote out there I'm making of chunk wood that's just cherry, mulberry, and hackberry. And I did some research on all 3 of those, and it seems to be like they're pretty good smoking woods. The other thing are nut trees, not walnut, but oak and hickory. So if I get to splitting some of that, I'll make some of those as well. So anyway, I thought about putting some of that fruit wood in the biggest bags I could get and trying to sell those maybe $10 a bag. I don't know. We'll see. So final thoughts here. This is probably gonna wrap it up for me in 2022 as far as YouTube videos go. You won't see another one until 2023, minus maybe a short between now and Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Thanks for coming by and supporting our channel. It means the world to us. There are a couple channels I want to shout out who are knocking on the door of 1,000 subscribers. TC Outdoors, Tony, go over and see him. Outdoors in the 608. Jeremiah, go over and see him. And Todd's Outside Again. Go over and check those channels out. All three of those guys need your support. Go over and sub their channel, watch their stuff. If you're into firewood or the things that I'm doing here, you're gonna like their channels too. So go check them out. The last thing on the agenda is how much did that guy offer us for the walnut? Now, you remember the first guy came out here and offered us somewhere between 45 and 70 cents a board foot, which I thought was pretty low based on what everybody was saying on YouTube. So my logger friend comes out here and looks at it, you know, and says, hey, I got a guy. Guy comes, drives 2 hours to get here, right? Comes out here, sees the logs on the ground, you know, scales them up, looks at them, says, yeah, I got some money wrapped up here, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, where's this? He gets done here, and he said, where's this other job? I said, well, it's right around the corner. He said, I'll just follow you over there. That's fine. So I drive over there. He follows me. He gets out of his truck, just shaking his head. He said, man, he said, I don't know if this guy's jacking me around or what. He says, nothing against you guys. He said, but this guy told me I had, you know, 40 or 50 logs over here that might be worth something. I said, well, there are 40 logs here, then they're worth something to somebody. He said, I buy semi-loads of logs, not 40 or 50 at a time. If they're 40 or 50, they better be 12 foot or really big. So I laughed because that's the third person that stopped by since I've been out here recording trying to buy wood. I'm out. You can't wait 2 days before the apocalypse hits to come get your firewood. Anyway, this walnut to this guy is worth, are you ready? Are you ready for it? $0. He's not interested in buying any of it. I don't know what happened between here and driving over to the other job, but like I said, he took his time to scale everything up here, mark them with paint. I don't know. So now we're back to 45 or 70 cents a board foot. And I'll say what I said before. It's going to make some awful nice firewood. And you're going to see that happen in 2023. Because unless things change between now and 2023, that stuff won't split itself. Merry Christmas, Woodhounds. Well, there's a bunch of dog shit. Guess I know where Rusty's been taking a dump.